Welcome to Jimi Zen Reads Celtic Fairy Tales by Brent. The Three Blows. Once upon a time there was a farmer in South Wales who took his sheep to graze near Llyn Fan Fach, a lovely lake in the Black Mountains. His name was Motherfai. When he looked out over the lake, Motherfai saw a beautiful maiden standing on the surface of the lake, combing her golden hair and studying her reflection in the glass-smooth water. Entranced by her beauty, Motherfai walked to the water's edge. He held out his hand to the beautiful maiden, offering her all he had to give, which was only an old, dry crust of bread. But she said the bread was too hard and fled across the water. Next day he tried again with the bread that was only half-baked, but this time she said the bread was too soft and fled once more. On the third day he offered her a perfect new baked loaf, and she said, "Well baked is your bread, with you I'll be wed." Motherfai was overjoyed, and he did not pay much attention when she added, "But if you ever strike me 3 causeless blows, you shall lose me forever." The fairy disappeared beneath the lake, and when she reappeared, there were 3 of her, or so it seemed, for she had brought her 2 sisters with her. "Which of us is which?" they asked, but Motherfai was trained to tell one sheep from another, or one cow for another, so he noticed little details. He saw that one of the girls had a wider sandal strap than the others, and he knew that that was his true love. She stepped forward and called forth from the lake 7 cows, 2 oxen, and 1 bull as a dowry. For years they lived happily together, and they had 3 sons. Then one day they were invited to a christening, and in the middle of this happy event the fairy wife burst into floods of tears. Her husband gave her an angry look. "Control yourself," he said, and nudged her with his arm. "That is 1 causeless blow," she said. "I was crying because that poor baby is entering a world of pain and sorrow. Why should I not cry?" And true enough, for after a short while the baby died, and they were invited to its funeral. At the funeral the fairy wife burst into happy laughter, and the husband nudged her again, saying, "Stop it." "That is 2 causeless blows," she said. "I was laughing because that dear baby has no more misery to endure. It has gone to a happy land. Why should I not laugh?" Soon after they were invited to a wedding. The bride was young, pretty, and poor, and the husband was old, ugly, and rich. As the bride said "I do," the fairy wife burst once more into uncontrollable tears. Her husband was so embarrassed, he said, "Keep quiet, please." But she said, "Youth marries age for greed, not love. Why should I not cry?" He nudged her with his arm. "Everyone is looking." "Well, they have looked their last," she said, "for that was the 3rd causeless blow. You have lost me forever, and you will never see me again. Farewell, husband, farewell." So she went back to the lake, and took with her the 7 cows, the 2 oxen, and the bull that had been her dowry. The oxen were at that moment ploughing in the field, but they left off their work and followed her call, dragging the plough behind them, leaving a furrow which can still be seen leading down to the waters of the lake. Only once more was the fairy of the lake seen above the water. One day, when her 3 sons were grown, they went to the lake and called for their mother. She appeared to them and gave them a magical box containing healing remedies of great power, and the 3 sons, and their sons and daughters after them, are renowned this day as the celebrated physicians of Motherfai. The end.